There is a video called Math Unveils the Truth. Torah is of divine origin. This is a masterpiece of a video, linked in the description, made by Oren Evron. However, this video will not be discussing it or any rational or honest arguments against it, which have all been refuted by Oren, but instead discussing its comments and the nature of denialism. Mostly, denialism, when related to religion, is used by religious people when they begin realizing their religion is wrong. They then must make up excuses and deny reality. However, what if irrational denialism must be used to attempt to salvage atheism? This video will discuss atheists who have excessively invested emotionally in their belief, resulting in comments which uncannily resemble flat earthers. There is a comment that says, "Completely lost me, haven't got a clue, complete nonsense," which is an example of denialism in the form of incredulity. Another example is a comment that simply says pure manure instead of stating an argument. They merely show that they are incredulous of the video. The same quote-unquote argument can be used on really anything. Flat earth debunk? Complete nonsense. Pure manure. There was a comment I once saw on a flat earth debunk that simply said, "The earth is flat," dogmatically. The parallel in Torah Denialism, there's a comment that says, "The Torah was written during the 6th century BC, so no, it's man-made." No argument was made, just ipsy-dixit bullcaca. The video actually disproves his statements, but I know almost as a fact that the commenter did not watch the video, because if he did, he would likely not dogmatically repeat ipsy-dixit bullcaca that the video itself disproves. Another comment says, "Ignorance for continued zero thinkers. There are no answers here, but more YT tell-a-vision agenda." What is this? More ipsy-dixit dogma bullcaca. He did not watch the video because if he did, he would not hilariously and falsely claim that math and science are tell-a-vision agenda. Perhaps he is a flat earther and believes they are. It's really just like saying that 2 + 2 = 4 is tell-a-vision agenda, but with significantly more complex math that even were he to watch the video, he would just become incredulous instead. Another comment says, "I too can say a bunch of words over intense music and make it sound fascinating to convince a bunch of people I know what I'm talking about." Did he watch the video he was actually commenting on? Nope. This video is not just any quote-unquote bunch of words, but a bunch of words that explain some complex mathematical calculations that would potentially shatter his beliefs, so he must not watch the video and lie to himself that he knows what he's talking about. Yet another dogmatic comment says, "In answer to the opening question, no." The opening question was essentially, is there scientific and mathematical evidence for the Torah's divinity? He didn't watch the video, obviously, but as the video shows, the answer is obviously yes. Then Oren asks him to prove it, as the video, which he didn't watch, shows math, which is pretty hard to argue with. He then lifts the burden of proof by saying, "You can't prove a negative," meaning that his statement is just baseless dogma. Here's another comment. "How come when math and science disprove religion you don't believe, but when it proves it, it's definitely true?" The issue here is that he has not provided a single case of math and science disproving the Torah. When something is proven, it actually is definitely true, contrary to the comment. Perhaps the most honest or quote-unquote rational comment that I'll be mentioning says, "I personally believe this is a coincidence, etc. We can force values to meet our uses, and I reckon this is a prime example, etc." The chances for even the most likely correlations in the video are at most 5%, so do not be fooled. This is still most likely a comment from someone in denial who either hasn't watched the video or someone who desperately must cling to his pre-existing beliefs. Even if an atheist realizes that the Torah being divine is the preferred reality, they still have emotionally invested in their beliefs too far, and then rationalize that it's not the preferred reality, and that the math in the video is faked or some other form of denial, often involving arguments from incredulity and plain dogma. Others take a different approach. Conspiracy theories. Professor Chaim Shor, who is the person to discover most of the findings in this video, at least used to believe that the ancient Jews were advanced scientists. These unsubstantiated conspiracy theories are much harder to refute, but I did a debunk of it anyway, linked in the description. The final and possibly most effective method of Torah denialism is to just not watch the video, and then pretend that you did while leaving a horribly idiotic comment, often combined with the fallacious arguments from incredulity and just plain dogma that we've seen in part 1. So there you go, a hopefully humorous hellhole of horribly homogeneous halfwits harsh hollering here on the best video on YouTube.